Hey, welcome back to This is Florida. We got an exciting episode this week. Today, Josh and I, we're going to be talking about purchasing your Florida dream home. But first, we got to cover, what is a Florida dream home?
What exactly is it? If you're coming from somewhere far away, maybe somewhere cold, maybe another country, what is it? What are you looking to buy here in Florida?
Yeah, what are you looking for? I'm Nate Riggs. I'm here with Josh Lovely. This is Florida, and we're coming to you today from a very special place, the Movement Mortgage Production Studio.
Movement Mortgage, Jacksonville Beach. Welcome, everybody. So first off, I've had my headphones stolen by a child, and I'm wearing theirs, so we're just going to...
He swapped headphones.
I swapped headphones.
So you'll notice I have the studio quality, and he is working with...
they are child size. We're just going to deal with it.
Those are the Walmart special.
We're going to take this and we're just going to keep moving forward because that's what we do, Nate. Let's go.
Let's go. Quick sip of coffee and we are ready to run. Okay, so what is a Florida dream home, Josh? I really want to know a couple different things. First thing is the location. Where are you looking to go?
Location. So there's a lot of things to do here in Florida. Do you want to be close to the beach? Are you looking to be close to the theme parks down in Orlando? Do you want more space? Are you looking for a ranch?
Yeah, so say you're coming from the Midwest, maybe Ohio or Illinois, or you're coming from the Northeast or out West. You know, it's a totally different way of life here in Florida. So the first thing is kind of narrowing down, the big picture. Are you going to be in Northeast Florida? Are you going to be in South Florida or West Florida?
St. Augustine.
That's it. So we could be in Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, or Miami. Those are kind of big ones. You could go out to Tallahassee, but that really wouldn't waste your time. You stay right in the sweet spot of Florida. So what are you looking for? If you're looking for those theme parks, like you mentioned, Josh, you're going to want to be in Orlando. That's where all of that stuff is. If you're looking for the beaches, you should definitely be in like Jacksonville, Tampa, or Miami, right? Different styles of houses exist in all of these locations.
Yeah, and one thing to keep in mind in the city of Jacksonville, at least, just about everything, obviously with the exception of Disney, which is in Orlando, is going to be about 20, maybe 30 minutes away. And that could be your job, that could be the beach, that could be the river. It could be a lot of things about 20, 30 minutes away, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, about 20, 30 minutes away. You can be going all that stuff. Major airports are key, right? We've got airports in all of our cities, so you can pretty much go anywhere in the country that you want to. Okay, so in Florida, everybody knows about the tourism and they know about the theme parks. So, of course, that's our number one industry. But did you know that our number two industry is agriculture?
I learned about this about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's it. So, see, ranching is huge in Florida. You've got orange farms, orange tree farms down south.
We got a lot of cabbage in Palatka.
Maybe if you're in the Ocala area, you're going to be, that's big horse country, right? And ranching. So, it's possible here. So, again, you're coming from out west. You want that Florida lifestyle that encompasses everything and down to, right, you want to save money on taxes and everything. We know that, too. We're kind of just talking, the fun stuff today.
The taxes go without saying. That's another episode, another rabbit hole. But for now, just before we hit record, I had to talk Nate out of changing careers to go be a rancher. I said, dude, you're too good at selling houses. Let's stick with it.
My wife's been watching too much Yellowstone, and
I could tell.
Yeah. So
all right. Exterior style of our Florida homes, Nate. What are we looking at?
Yeah. So we covered location. Now we're talking about the exterior of the home. Homes are different here in Florida than they are in other places of the country. Maybe if you're up in the Northeast or Chicago or in a big city, you're looking at condos or what they call apartments. To us, those are condos because apartments are what you rent, not what you own, right? So there's a little difference. But down here, we've got brick homes, we've got vinyl siding, we also have stucco. A lot of people moving down from up north, they're really scared of stucco. And part of the reason why they're afraid of it is because when they get that inspection report, if there's any crack or any faded paint, the inspector is going to put on there that moisture could get in here, and they doom and gloom it, right? But listen, about 90% of our homes are stucco. I've lived in stucco houses my whole life. It's never turned into a rotten, moldy mess. It's just not a thing.
Yeah, and our homes are going to be built a little bit different down here, and that's one of the reasons stucco is such a great building material in our climate. So if you're coming from the north, you're not going to be used to seeing this. Another thing you may not be used to seeing is so many one-story houses, and that kind of goes logically. Listen, it's more expensive because heat rises. Hey, man, it is 90-plus degrees a lot of the year around here, so maybe get used to saving money and living in a one-story house.
Yeah. A lot of the two-story houses come with two complete units right? Because you got to keep the upstairs just as cool as the downstairs.
Yeah, typically if you're looking
Something to
around
think about.
like 2,500 square feet, you maybe even a one-story house, you're looking at having a second air conditioning unit because they work so darn hard during the summertime.
Now that's exterior feature. One thing that is cool, like the style of homes. Now I understand there's contemporary Miami homes and beach houses. We're kind of just talking about we said dream home, but we're kind of talking about your average purchase. You're moving here for the first time, the average price point wise. That's kind of going to be your options. And it's just kind of like one style. Now, I will say this, though. If you come to Jacksonville, we have a lot of Midwest-style houses, and this has to do with the history of Jacksonville, because remember, the whole place burned to the ground, and then a bunch of builders from the Midwest came down here and built houses. Those are your 1940s, 50s, mid-century homes.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of that closer to the city center, maybe around Riverside, Avondale, those Frank Lloyd Wright homes that we've spoken about before. A lot of that's going to be around that area, whereas the beaches and maybe a lot of newer areas that were built a little closer to the 90s, even the early 2000s, you're going to start seeing that stucco. You're going to see way less two-story homes, whereas closer to the city where it's a little bit older, you're going to see a lot more familiar homes if you're coming from the north.
We talk about location. You got to kind of narrow down your city, and then within your city, are you by the beach, or are you downtown, or are you kind of on the outskirts in the suburbs? Hey, while you're here, if you like what you're seeing, make sure you hit that like button.
Smash that like button. Go to NateRiggsOfficial.com. Read the bio. Hire your team.
So now you got to start thinking about the inside of your house, right?
Oof, the inside. Who knows? We can do anything inside a house.
Anything
so we're not talking
inside.
about what kind of couch you have, how big your TV is, not your coffee table. So you're going to see a lot more windows. They call Florida the Sunshine State. You might have heard, and you can't see that sunshine if you don't have a boatload of windows, sliding glass doors, and often those sliding glass doors lead outside to an outdoor space.
Yeah, newer homes, you're going to have a lot of big open floor plans, and they may be building these across the country. But in my experience going across the country, it's like you walk in, to your left is a formal sitting room, to your right is a formal dining room and a hallway and walls, and then you go further back, and it's the informal living and the kitchen, and then maybe you go up a set of stairs and you go up to the bedrooms, or you could go down to the basement. And that's another thing we do not have. Most of our houses are built on a slab. There is no basement.
Personally, I am scared to death of a basement. I grew up in Florida. I don't know what happens down in the basement. I don't want to go. I've heard some things. No basement for me.
It's scary down there.
I don't think so.
Lots of bad memories.
I don't know. Pass.
So we don't have any basements. We don't have anything like that. We just are a slab. Now, if you purchase an older house, it maybe have a raised floor, have like a crawl space area, but that leads to some other, kind of conversations. That's a much older home, a different style. The average style is going to be that slab home, whether it's at the beaches or whether it's in the suburbs or downtown.
Yeah, man. So my favorite part, we kind of touched on it real quick, is the outside space. I said it gets hot. So a lot of people are looking for a swimming pool.
Oh, yeah. We forgot to talk about swimming pools.
Dude, I don't care if it's 3 stories. I don't care if it's got 5 AC units. Turn them all off. I'm going to cannonball into the deep end of the pool most days, period.
You got to have a swimming pool. Now, if you're moving to some older parts of town, a more established neighborhood, there's probably going to be a lot of homes available on the resale market that have a swimming pool. If you're looking at something newer, especially in, and this goes with your location as well. In Tampa Bay, when I was growing up there, if you didn't have a swimming pool, you were weird. In Jacksonville, I would say some people think it's opposite. There's a lot of people in Jacksonville that don't want to deal with a swimming pool.
They cray.
Part of that is we've got a lot of people move here from all different parts of the country because we have military bases. That's my theory on that. We have the military bases, and we have people from all over the country. Some people don't want to deal with it. They don't want to have the cost of a swimming pool. I don't think it's that major. I think it's worth it.
I think it's worth it, and pools have changed a lot over the years. I grew up, one of my chores was taking care of the swimming pool.
Yeah.
And it sucked. Nowadays, most pools are saltwater pools. You dump a bag of salt water and it kind of creates its own ecosystem and takes care of itself. Those are absolutely awesome, and that's something that I don't think you can have in cold areas because it freezes. Again, I am Florida man. I'm cannonballing whether it's an old pool, new pool. I don't care.
Got to have a pool if you're building a Florida dream house. Now, that brings up something else. What about a fireplace, Josh?
All right. After I convinced Nate to not dedicate his life to ranching, we had the debate about fireplace, indoor and outdoor. I say no. I say I have a fireplace, and I'll tell you, I lit it up maybe 2 times, and it's a pain in the I don't really know how to use it that well. It actually just pushes a button. I got to fill up some propane. I don't feel like it heats the house. I don't like it.
Okay, so you've got a gas fireplace. That thing looks nice, and that's good. Now, I would argue that a fireplace is good to have in Florida still, and here's the reason why. I like my bedroom cool at night, right? I run my AC at like 69 degrees, okay, every night, right? And in the winter, I don't really want to run the heat. It gets so stuffy in the house.
It's dry, yeah.
But if I have a fireplace in the main living room, I can throw, a starter log in, throw a couple pieces of wood, and I've got about 4 hours of fire. The main part of the house, the living room, it's 72, 74 degrees. Again, I haven't touched the heat at all because it's not that cold outside. It's just maybe like 40, 50 degrees at its coldest in the winter. Every once in a while, we get a couple cold nights. But now I'm enjoying the warmth of the fire in the house. But when it's time to retire to my bedchamber, it's a cool 60 degrees in there.
Hey,
and I love that.
My fireplace will continue to go unused. If I'm purchasing, there ain't going to be a fireplace. If there is, there is. If not, I'm not looking for it. So the point with the fireplace debate, right? And like you said about pool, I want a pool. A lot of people don't. It's your Florida dream home. So what are you interested in? Leave a comment. Let's discuss it. Reach out to Nate and I. Nate's your real estate agent. He's going to be able to tell you and guide you and say, heck yeah, you're going to be looking at this if you're moving to Florida. And then, when things get real and you got to have to talk to the money man to be able to afford it, that's where
right.
I step in. So as you're learning about these Florida homes, give Nate a call. Leave him a comment. We're happy to chat. Always look forward to it.
Would love to. Go to NateRiggsOfficial.com, or always you can reach us on our cell phones. My number is 904-599-8409. You should be doing a free consultation with me today.
Smash that like button. Make sure you click subscribe. It helps us reach people. Look forward to talking.
That's it. Josh, can I tell you about my dream home? I'm going to lay it out
Let's
real
hit it.
quick.
Hit me with the dream home.
I want a house that's all white, contemporary Miami style, lots of glass. From the front, you can look through the house and see all the way out the back. You step in, you got double, triple height ceilings, nice little fireplace over there, sliders along the back, because when you slide them open, you can see the pool, and beyond the pool, a little strip of grass and a nice seawall with the boat on the lift right out back. I tell you what, I'd come home every day from work and I'd get my kids and we'd jump on that boat, have a little sunset cruise, come home for dinner, go to bed and do it all over again. That is a Florida dream.
All right. My Florida dream home is an airline ticket. I want to just be in a tent on the islands. These kids are too young. I can't even get my headphone situation straight. One of these days, they're going to steal my headphones one too many times and I'm going to be on a plane to the Virgin Islands. You won't be able to find me.